Hello everyone, my name is Ben. I'm the founder and CEO of Behāv. This is the world's first geospatial, crowdsourced behavioral healthcare platform. And this video is going to be a very general overview on how to use the app, all the features with it, and then later videos I'm going to show you how to use each of those features. But the first thing is to be able to show you that it is real, and we're going to do it all in real time. This is a monitor. This is my phone. We're streaming it. And we're going to be able to download it in real time. I'm going to sign into my main account, and then you'll be able to see that I've already been working on it. In later videos, I'll show you how to do it from scratch. So here we go. We're going to go to the App Store. This app is available in iOS and Google Play, Android. This example is going to be in iOS. So we're going to go to the search bar. We're going to go here to the top search screen. Then we'll say Behāv. So it's B-E-H-A-V. We'll type that in. And other than an ad that you'll see, it's usually the first thing that pops up. So here it is, Behāv, the habit tracker. Now what we're going to do is we're going to download it. We're going to give it a second. All right, it's available. We'll open it. You'll be introduced to three main screens. They'll be able to show you your affect behavior, task list. They'll be able to show you your analytics. And then I'll be able to show you your GIS and GPS locations for those affects and behaviors. So it'll say get started. In my case, I'll log in. But what you can do is you can sign up and you just put your email, your username. I encourage you to be anonymous. You don't have to put anything personal. Don't put anything personal on the website or on the app. Put in your password, confirm it, terms and conditions, click, then sign up. If you already have a login, you just go to login. Then you put your email address and then your password. So since this is real time, let me cover the camera real quick. Let me put in my password or my email and my password. And then I'll be able to show you everything on the inside. All right, sweet. So now it's here. So the first time that you download the app, you're going to be introduced to your 24-hour affect assessment, which is optional, but highly advised, especially bi-weekly. It's a great reflection that I like to do for myself, to be able to understand all the different activities that I'm participating in, the amount of time I'm spending in those activities, and the affects associated with those. That's what this measures. So just to start it, you do that. It's very simple. I'll go over this and we'll look at it in a very separate video. But you just go through different things that are very personal to you, and then they'll extend outward. So in this example, you say how many hours a day do you sleep/rest. You'll put in a certain amount of hours. Since I've been working on this app, it's usually 4 or less. Then you'll put different statements. You'll click different statements that associate with that amount of hours. So for me, I usually get anxious and angry. And then I go to the next one, and it goes that. So there's only 10 total questions, so it's very short. But for the sake of this, and if you don't want to start it, you can just say skip, which is right up here. This is a disclaimer that I have every time you open the app to make sure that you understand that this is only for journalistic, educational, and entertainment purposes. This doesn't have any specific medical or legal advice that I'm trying to give to you, just to stay safe for me and stay safe for you, even though I have the best intentions for you to have the best well-being possible. But this will frequently pop up. So this does use your location data. It went to this color. You can't see it, but it asked me for my location. The options are allow once, allow while using app, or don't allow. So for me, we'll allow while using, and you can also tell it I'm not tracking you all the time. I'm just tracking you for the specific tasks that you want to put in. So in this main home screen, you'll be able to look at your positive affects and your negative affects, right? You'll also be able to see the date, your username, your GPTs at the top to access, and then to be able to add more behaviors and affects as well. Essentially, there are 7 main affects that predetermine all secondary emotions, tertiary emotions, moods, and then behaviors. But no one really talks about that. So what this app really does is it helps you correlate your main behaviors to these 7 main affect categories, which are seeking play, desire, positive and negative, then play, and then fear, panic, grief, rage, and then negative desire. So for example, what you do is when you want to add a positive affect behavior along with these, you go here to the plus button, and then you have these categories. So in this, you have play. Let's say that you want to work on singing. You can select that. These each have predetermined categories or predetermined behaviors between each category. As you can see that they change. So in this case, let's do, if you want to check in with someone, you go to the bottom. Every bottom has, I do this a certain amount of times. So if you want to track how many times you do that, you can see that on the screen. Let's say I want to do that. Check in with 3 people today. You just say yes. And then you see right here, you have checking in. It's in the behaviors here, and then the affect is here. And then you just press it when it occurs. The same thing happens for negative affects. Every time you press it, the color will change and it will also move in place depending. So for example, for cyberbullying, if I click that 1, 2, 3 times, now it surpassed low self-esteem and it got darker as well. So you're able to see that. Up in the top right, you're able to see the different GPT copods I created so that it can help you better understand your intentional behavior pathways, be able to link your behaviors to affects in case you're struggling with trying to understand which behaviors go with certain affects, because you can have the same behaviors in the same negative and positive categories. It really depends on what the intention is. And also have the behavior Mendokusai, which is a very extensive way to analyze your behaviors, your affects, and then be able to help you make better decisions and give you advice on what to do next. Those use OpenAI accounts, so if you have an OpenAI account, you're able to access that. And if you want to create one, you're free to create one as well. This is the analytics page. In the second page, you see here you have your overall week. Your data starts collecting every Monday, and it goes to Sunday, and then it resets. You're able to see your most tracked and least tracked depending on your different affect categories for the day, as well as for the week summary. Here in this other page, you're able to look at your total pie chart of your affects overall. And that's the big thing I want people to understand is what are the main affects that you're spending your behaviors in, right? It'd be like investing your money in certain corporations. What this does is, I'll go over it later, but they will change color depending on the amount of frequency that you're using them. And it uses the transtheoretical model for behavior change and some geology analogies to help you understand the intensities of your affects that you're using in your life. You're also able to look at analytics. So this is analytics for time of day. So as you can see, we're at 7:20 p.m. as of filming, and it's between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. And I have a lot of negative affect categories that I have invested in and very few positive affect. So the positive goes up, negative goes down. This is all of them together. You're able to look at them individually as well. So let's find one that I was doing. What's a negative one that I was doing? So here's one. So where we look at specific panic and grief, we see that it's going down around this time. So this is a great way to be able to track temporal affects and behaviors. Here's going to be the next 3 screens that are not going to have anything right now because we did not do the 24-hour survey. But here would be the place for those. Next, we're going to go to the category and behavior category and friend category. So you're able to add friends up here, so you can search for your friends. And then you're also able to make groups. So in this case, for me, I made personal growth and development, career, professional, and creative, and hobbies as priorities. If that ever changed in my day, or if I didn't like that, or if I completed it, I can move them around freely, or I can delete them. So it's a really good task manager to be able to understand what specific goals you're wanting to invest in for that day, and then be able to see what friend categories go with those specific goals. So the next category is going to be the map view. So what it does is it's able to track, if we turn on the last 7 days really quickly, every time you click on one of these behaviors that you've had, it will link to the specific affect category, and that affect will be visible on a map, right? So give it a little bit of time to load because it loads a lot of data. and I'll be able to show you some of the things. So all those different behaviors and affects that I tapped on are all positioned right in this location. You'll be able to track them over different places that you experience things. And the important thing to that is that this has a map layer. So we go to the map layer up here, and then you're offered the last 7 days, green spaces, and then place type categories. So green spaces are going to be the same spaces that we have for our behavioral goal categories, such as like, working out, improving our finances, creativity, going on nature, experiencing nature, right? And whenever you experience these positive affect environments, I want you to be able to mark them, and we'll be able to show you that later. But you're able to mark them on the map to where they're public so that other people can access them as well. Green spaces are private and public. So if you don't want to share your green space with anyone, you don't have to. It can just be for you. The place type categories are going to be the environmental categories that will be public all the time because they're really good social awareness variables. So examples would be food deserts, hazardous materials, good healthcare, good roads, very expensive, very secure neighborhood, social support, and then you have like unsafe neighborhood, bad roads, bad healthcare, low social support, inexpensive, medium safety neighborhood, and things like that. So these are all things that you'll also be able to put on the marker, put on the map so that everyone can access that. Then we'll be able to understand what influences these environments have on the affects and behaviors that we have, right? We'll also be able to understand how we all share those environments and how we all share those affects as well. So it brings everyone together, which is super cool. In this case, I'll go over that later in a later video, but that's all the main points of the map. Then here's the edit profile. So you have your spaces, which is the ones I told you about. So you go here to your spaces, you're able to add. Say you put the name, the address, and then the place type. The place type will be environment, which is public, or green spaces, which could be private or public, right? Because we can select that here, versus environmental are always going to be public. The place type, these are the different place types that you can have. And then you can put in a specific description. You can put in a photo of what that place looks like. And then you're able to save it. What you're able to do is then use that in your navigation system to be able to find that location again, and it goes to your maps, whatever map you use, so that you can repeat that positive affect behavior. The survey questions are going to be the 24-hour survey questions here. We'll also add more surveys as time goes on. So it'll also be a great way to be able to have if you're doing research collaborations with Behāv, these are where your survey questions can go, or for your EMAs. Your Learn More is going to be here to be able to understand more of the backstory, and I can go over that in a later video, of how I created this app and how it works, specifically with the science behind it. You can go to Edit Profile, where you can edit your name, your username, your email, and then you put up a little bit demographic information that is anonymous, but it just helps us be able to understand what environments people are inhabiting and a little bit of their backstory to be able to see what other influences are related to the environment as well as their behaviors. You're able to change your password and then delete your account and then log out. And then that's it. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in a later video to be able to go over the very specific details. Some of this stuff might not have made sense, which is totally fine, but it's just a very general overview if you just want to start exploring the app on your own. This video is for you. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.